Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. So this video today, probably as the title is already pointing it, we're going to be doing something really exciting. So, but a little bit of a background story. So for a long time I've been thinking about getting hold of a smoke machine or a smoke tester. Now, I had a few vacuum leaks issues related, which I managed to get them to find them out and get them resolved without a smoke tester. Let's gonna call it a smoke tester or smoke machine. It's really the same, but so yeah, I managed to get them sorted without one. But I confess that a tester like that would have helped a lot. Now, I've been looking, and a smoke tester for the automotive industry, for cars, is quite expensive. They are quite expensive. So then I've seen, like, even on eBay and stuff, I've seen a slightly different version, like a sort of a DIY version of the smoke testers, so you can test for leaks on the intake of the car or on the vacuum systems. So I was looking around to make one, and I had all these different ideas to make a smoke tester, and one day on eBay I was looking for something, and I've seen this, and I thought, this might be a good idea. And apparently, I know there's some people. There's a few videos on YouTube. Then I went to search, and I found a few videos on YouTube of some people actually not using it for that, but they demonstrating the machine that it has the potential. But what I want to do here is actually build a proper smoke tester, so I can test vacuum leaks, I can test admission intake systems and all that stuff without much of an hassle. So I want something that plug, bang, test, yeah, the leak is in there, off you go. And I found one, and look at this. I'm going to share with you what we're going to be using to make my smoke tester. Ta-da! We're gonna have a party. Right, so this is what I came up with. It's still in the box, I haven't opened it. I was waiting to have a little bit of time to make this video, to open this, and that's what we're gonna do. Wow, I'm really excited about this, because for some reason I think this is really a brilliant idea. Not because it's me, but it is a good idea. I don't need the bracket. There's some screws. I don't need this. I don't need that. Okay, so it's just a chain that it comes with no liquid, so we can't test it. We're gonna have to get some oh, it goes like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some smoke liquid. But yeah, this is what I want to do. Is using one of these. You have a little remote to make the smokes come out. We're going to dismantle all this because I want to see what I can do to make this thing to actually inject the smoke straight inside the thingy. This gets quite hot here apparently. So I want to see it working. I want to see how fast the smoke comes out. Obviously, to test it properly, I do understand that putting smoke into the intake system only, it might not be enough. You might need to somehow pressurize a little bit the system so the leak actually reveals itself. So I might gonna have to put some sort of well, I have a few ideas, but actually I think we will discuss those ideas as we go along, as I do the system, because I have a few ideas to do that, to make the system to be well, to put some pressure into the system. The smoke testers that you see out there, they are connected to the compressor with a regulator to that less than a bar, just below a bar, so you can put the pressure inside, inject the smoke, and obviously if there's any leaks, the smoke is going to come out. So that's what I want to do. But I think this smoke just on its own is not going to be enough. We need a little bit of pressure, and I'm going to show you how we're going to achieve that. Okay, so I've just plugged it in. Well, I took into bits already. You know how I am. I don't like to see things closed for too long. It's just heating up. You can see there's a little bit of smoke coming out. I don't think it's going to work, because unless there's any residues inside the pipe, I still have no liquid here. But while I was looking at this, opened, and you remember, okay, it's ready to go. So we have, this is the remote. The lights just came back on. It's just turned on, which means it's ready to go. So I'm going to press. If there's any residues, this little pump here is going to pump it through, and it's going to make smoke. Ooh, baby. Look at that. Look at that. We have plenty of smoke on this. So I don't have liquid, it's just the remains that's in there. But look at this. There's no liquid, but look at this. Wow. I'm going to show you. Whew. There's plenty of smoke already. Well, let me turn these off. Okay, so, whew. Oh dear. Okay, so, oh, let me take the zoom out. Okay, so, wow, there's smoke everywhere. So, he makes smoke, and I think he makes a lot. And when I was looking at this with the cover off, I just had an idea. And actually, I was just talking about, you know, pressurize the system, put pressure into the, so if there is a leak that's only under pressure, you're going to need to put that pressure into the intake system or into the vacuum system to actually see the leak. Otherwise you won't see nothing if you just put smoke like this, because the smoke is not under pressure. It's just, you know, you're not going to really see it. I just had, as I was looking just now, as I was looking at this, I just had a brilliant idea. In order to make, obviously, a test that's going to work. I was thinking about something else, but now I'm not. Well, you'll see. Okay, so moving on. So the weather is really bad. You're going to see another video. Well, hopefully you'll see it. I've been doing some work on 2 ABS units yesterday. You're going to see that video hopefully, and I've actually showed you, but I've showed you today. I will show you today as well. The weather is absolutely terrible. Look at that. It's about -5 degrees or something like that. I know it's not a lot compared with other places around the world, but tell you that for me it's quite a lot. So because of this weather, I've been doing a few things back here, and carry on with the project for the smoke tester. Well, I finished the last clip saying about the idea, so oh yeah, anyone in the UK will recognize this. And actually, even outside the UK, you will recognize this, I'm sure. So it's a Cuprinol fence sprayer. This was broken. The pump that pressurizes this broke. It's actually here. So basically, there's a little bit of a membrane down here. Now, obviously, when you slide in and out, it pumps here into here. This is gone, so it's not working anymore. I haven't used it for years, to be honest with you, and we're just there taking space. So what I've done, I've cut this in half where it has been originally joined together, the two parts. And what I'm going to do, you might be guessing already, what I'm going to do is get all this in there. Obviously I'm not going to put it like this. I'm going to take all the bits so they take they take less space, but we're going to put everything in there, close this down. There is an outlet down here, which I'm going to use actually the original pipe. I just need a lead valve, so that just goes in there, and I can get smoke coming out of here, and the air compressed there from the air compressor goes here at the top. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So we'll have air going in. I'll have a regulator somewhere here. Actually, my air compressor actually does have a regulator. I just need to see how low it actually goes to. If it goes low enough to about a bar, I'll just get an adapter here and I'll just put it straight into here. Otherwise, I'll put an adapter here, and then the air goes in here. It comes out, and the liquid, because once I close this, well, I'm going to close this with some sort of a gasket here, and then try to make something to push the two parts together. But I think what I'm going to do here at the top is, rather than use this bottle as the bottle for the liquid, for the smoke, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this. So this is supposed to go like this. Okay. I just don't know, it's not going to work. If I could get everything out of the way, I won't be able to. I think what I'm going to do is, so the pump, I'm going to do this. If I attach all these bits into these walls, this is quite thick walls, so I can drill and put some screws. I can get this quite out of the way, but then I have the electrics and all that stuff. I think let me think. I think I haven't thought everything through yet. Let me think. Okay, and we are making some progress. So everything has been removed. We don't need it. So here we do have the pump. We have the heater, obviously, the heating element, and we have the remote. Obviously, I'm still planning to use the remote as well. So now all I need to do is see or plan how I'm gonna do this then. Okay, let's gonna figure out something here. If I was planning this, I wouldn't get it this good. So I've used the bracket that actually came to hold the smoking thing. It was a kind of a U shape. So I gave it a few bends, and we have attached the heater into here. This is the pump. So I've rerouted the pipe, the metal pipe, into the pump. Okay. I don't know how good it comes on the camera, but... And the way it's going to work now, I'm going to drill 2 layer holes in here. And this is going to be... I'm gonna screw this in the wall, against the wall, with 2 screws from the outside, and it's gonna look something like this. So this way, I will have these right in the middle, so everything is gonna be held in the middle of the thing, of this sort of container. It's gonna be something like this. Okay? And all I need to do now, so I need to drill this obviously, but all I need to do now, well, still a lot to do. I need to figure out a way of obviously bringing the electric cables outside, and also, which is quite important, I need to find how I'm gonna do with the liquid thing, because obviously I don't have room now to put this inside. This is gonna have to be on the outside. On the outside, yeah. Well, it's not gonna look very good if I put it on the outside, will it? I will figure out a way. I'll let you know how we're gonna do it. Okay, so we are kinda skipping the bottle for now. So I went this morning to my local DIY store, which in the UK is B&Q is one of them. It's where I went. So I got a few screws, a few bolts and nuts. I also got some air fittings, okay, for the compressor, and I've drilled these already. So there's one screw there, there's one hole there, that is not in place yet, but that's what's gonna hold these in there, just like that. Okay, and at the moment I'm in the process of getting the electricals done. So one is gonna go here, which is gonna be the, what you call it, is going to be the inlet. It's going to be the power supply, the 220. And then what I'm going to do with the remote is I'm going to modify the remote. This is going to go on this side, and the remote just plugs in here. Okay, so I've just drilled it. We're going to now file everything, make sure everything fits properly, and that's where we are at the moment. Oh, I also came up with something for the close off the system again. So when this closes up, so what I'm going to do probably is going to be on this side. I got these layer plates. I'm going to bend another hook on this side, just like that one. Yeah, and then this should go. Let me show you. It should go like this, and then on this side, and obviously it's going to be really tight, so to open it I'm going to have to fold it like this, and that will release this bracket, and I'll just hook in there, close it down, and that will just make pressure on both sides. And then obviously I just need to figure out something here to clamp these two together. So the plan, we have a plan. What else? What else I've done? I've got a piece of metal to align both halves, so when they go in they don't, so when they go like that they don't go like that, so they go right centered. And what I'm going to do is, or possibly on this top one, I'm going to put a piece of this plate eyeball screwed in all the way around. So that would have to go on the inside of the one, of the other one, and obviously it will align everything. But I will show you as we go along. And then we get it done. As for the smoke, as I just said, we skipped that for now. I haven't thought about nothing yet, but I will think about something. So we're just gonna finish these here now, and start to connect the electricals as well, and start to figure out other things as well. So stay tuned. And one is done, and another one to go. So obviously it's just put in here. I'm going to pull it out so you can see. So it's a really tight fit, and right, and I kind of, because this is round, I kind of flattened this bit here, so it has a better fitting. We're gonna now mark, I marked it already. We're gonna get 2 little screws in here, and one is done, one to go, and they are both done. So there is, can't really see it, but so all we need to do now is kind of try to I'm gonna obviously screw this in here with 4 screws. We're gonna have to seal these obviously to make it kind of airtight. I don't know yet how I'm gonna do it, but I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of PTF tape maybe around here a little bit, and then seal it. Can't see it. And then try to seal it all the way around with, I don't know, maybe some sort of silicone or some sealant. We are only talking about a bar, so it's not that much pressure, so we should be alright. But yeah, but this bit is done. So let's gonna move on, and I'm gonna make the connections. I want to put longer wires, so I'll be able to open it and put it like on the side without having to be too much of an hassle to do that sort of job. But yeah, we are looking good. Okay, so I have 1 cable ready to go in there. So I've marked the holes for the screws already. I got this one ready. There's a longer cable, so I can take the top off and put it on the side for if I need to get inside of it. Then at the back here, I've just put this glue. Is basically melted glue in here, just in case if there's any gaps between the pins and the plastic. You know, just to make it airtight, basically. And hopefully it should work. What I'm going to do now before I put this in place is I'm going to put just 1 or 2 turns of this PTFE tape just around here. Just 1 or 2 turns, because if you put too much it's going to be too bulky and it's going to stay too far away from, it's going to sit too far away from there, and we don't want that. So just 1 or 2 turns. I know this is not going to seal it completely, but then we will finish the sealing on the inside. Okay, so let's gonna put this in place now. Just a quick thing as for the screws. I don't think we need to put anything on the screws. They're gonna seal themselves. I don't think. I mean, I've done the holes really tight, so the screws as they goes in, they will open their own thread, and I think they will seal the air. And to be honest with you, even if we have a small leak somewhere, it's not going to be the end of the world, to be honest. It's going to work just fine. So I think the screws will hold themselves. But probably I might put a little bit of super glue just right there at the end, at the top of it, before I screw them in, so they just don't move and they don't come off. But I don't even think that would be necessary. But we'll do that just in case. So there it is. And look at this. How beautiful is sitting there when you look. So the screws, as you put them in, they slightly bent this sort of ears here on the side where the screw goes, and it sits absolutely flush with the actually drum itself facing everything properly. I'm really proud. So let's gonna do the next one. Oh, let's gonna seal these on the inside. Possibly. I'll do that now, and all I'm gonna do really. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Let's see if I can. Not gonna be able to. Oh, yes, you are. So all I'm gonna do is around there, all the way around. I'm just gonna melt some glue, some of this glue, all the way around, and possibly is the only thing I'm gonna do. Because to be fair with you, the pressure is gonna be inside. You're always gonna try to push that against. That will glue just fine. So I think that will be more than enough. So we'll do that on this one, and then I'll do the next one, and I'll show you the result. And just before I carry on, because I think it's important. Hang on, my camera is running out of battery. Just hold this. We're back online. Right. So just before I move on, just in case someone decides to actually do this project and follow it using one of these things, I just want to show you that. Obviously, this is going to be the power inlet, the 220 volts, and as you can see in here, I have only 2 wires, yeah, because it's only going to need earth and voltage, because the ground is going to be useless, because all of this is going to be plastic on the outside. Okay, so even if I ground these, which will be the only thing that will be grounded, we will never get in contact with this. So this is pointless to ground this, absolutely pointless. Although on the one for the remote, I've used the ground, 3 wires, because the remote needs 3 wires. Where's the remote? There it is. So I've cut the remote, and as you can see, the remote uses 3 wires. So because the remote is going to go, obviously it needs the socket here, but it's going to go there. I need the three wires inside to make connection. So now we're going to put it back, and then I will show you the end result. Okay, let me show you the end result, the inside. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and obviously the outside. And now we're gonna move into the next step, which, let me think what it's gonna be. My next step, oh, there is one thing as well, let me mention this, that I'm getting rid of, which is this. I don't really need it, to be honest. If I want to unplug it, I will just pull the cord out. I still have a light that will tell me that the system is on, which is this light in the remote. So there's a visual sort of warning that the thing is on. So I don't really need the switch, and it would be another thing to seal, and this is a little bit more tricky to seal as well, so I just don't want to put it in there. So the next step, let me think what I'm going to do next. The next step probably is going to be, shall I start to solder this? Probably not. What I'm going to do next? Let me think. Okay, so it's all now connected, as you can see. Okay, and now we're going to start to put things back on. We're going to start to put, obviously, this into there, and we're going to fix that into there now, and then perhaps I'm going to start to work on this seal here. How we're going to seal both parts, because that I don't know yet. Okay, and look at this. So we have done the guides for the upper half. We have done the connection for the air compressor. We have everything is done. Okay, and now we're gonna screw this. We're gonna fix this to these 2 holes that we have done earlier. So that's where we're gonna do it, and go from there. Okay, so it's all fixed in there, as you can see. Okay, I bent this plate here, this bit of metal, and I bent the nozzle to, so when he's gonna eject the smoke, it's gonna go straight to this plate here. I don't think it is too hot. I mean, I know it's hot, but I don't think it's gonna be that hot that it's gonna, cause any damage. But just in case, so he's gonna hit this plate and it's gonna spread, and hopefully it will cool down a little bit. As we're gonna have the air flowing through, that will take any heat as well anyway. So I've just wrapped these cables as well in here, and the way it works now is like this. So these two plates now, they will guide our thing, the two parts. And look at that! All we need to do, so let me have a look. So I'm going to show you. Look at that! Perfect! Then the lead will go obviously in there, like that. And obviously the hose where the smoke is going to come out from is going to be right here at the bottom. Like that. There is 3 things that are left to do. Right. 3 things left to do. 1, hang on. 3 things left to do. 1, we need to find a way to seal these 2 parts. Okay, actually 4 things. How I'm going to seal these 2 halves, I don't know yet. I'm going to have to come up with something. Right, 2nd, how I'm going to clamp this. 3rd, the remote, that needs to be adapted to this. And 4th, where we're going to put the liquid for to go into the machine. As you can see, the little hose still here is not attached to the pump yet, and I really don't know yet where I'm going to put it, so I'm going to have to think about it. And yeah, but we are getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so the remote is done. So as you can see, and there's a lead that goes straight into this one. Now, before I go anywhere, I actually want to try this. Just make sure everything is working. You know, I don't want to carry on doing stuff to find out that something went wrong. When I soldered the actually wires inside the one for the remote, I've swapped the colors, the blue with the brown. So as I was measuring, just make sure now, I've actually had to swap inside. I had to swap them around. So, but it's all done. This is the old lead. I don't know that now. It's rubbish. Okay, so let's gonna plug this. It's gonna plug this in, and we should start to have heat. I could hear the tick, and we're gonna put this here and wait for the light. So very shortly we should have the light on the remote, hopefully. So the only thing we need now would be, let me see if the pump works. No, I don't think it works until the actually thing is warmed up. So we're gonna I'm just gonna open it to make sure it's actually warming up. Oh yeah, it's warming up. Let's wait. Actually, I think I effed it up. Oh dear, what I've done here. Not take these out. I've done something wrong, guys. Okay, let's gonna take this out and try to sort it. Oh dear. Well, I want to show you actually why the failure was, and why this just failed. Was because I've put the wire that comes with the 220 volts, which is this brown one here, and the blue one. The blue one is alright because it's going from here to, where's it going? Hang on, let me check this. So yeah, so the blue one is fine. Blue or brown, it wouldn't matter, but goes from here, goes back to that light, and then it comes through here, goes through this here. Oh, you're not watching it, are you? Damn it. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, so the blue one goes straight to the light, and then comes all the way back. No, it goes to the switch, comes all the way back, and and comes to one pole of the heating element. And then the brown one should be going straight into the other element, but I put it straight into the pump and into God knows what else. So that's what I put it wrong. That's what I put it wrong. These two brown ones, they are the wrong way. Okay, we're gonna fix this and then we're gonna try again. Okay, and after this terrible failure, let's gonna try again. So I had to replace the fuse because that was, well. So let's gonna connect the remote. I had it plugged in already over there while everything was in the bits. So, but we'll just try again. Sure. So plugged in. It's gonna plug the power. And we should soon have this light coming on. And we should have smoke, hopefully. Just make sure. See what happens. Hey, there we go. Can you see the light on? Now if I press, we're gonna hear the pump going, yeah? Ooh, we have smoke. I don't know where the pump is getting the liquid from because I haven't put any, but it just remains in there. But as you can see, ooh, works lovely. Look at this. Spot on. All we need to do now is, obviously, this is going to be, is the old thing. I had to cut it off, obviously, because that used to go all the way until the bottom of the tank. So I've cut it off already, and this is going to seal. My idea, guys, is to have the liquid somehow at the top. So my idea is somehow blank this bottom here, get the hose, this little hose in there, right at the bottom, yeah, and then obviously this goes in and goes into the pump, and when I want to use it, I just need to put a little bit of liquid, use it, job done. And I will use this. I'm gonna cut it off, and I'll use this as the lead for this. It doesn't seal, but how much I'm gonna need on each use? Just a little bit. So I'll just pour a little bit inside, use it all, and and leave the system empty, really. So that's the plan, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for the liquid. So what we need to do now is, as well, is then find a way to obviously seal these in between here, as I said already. And I'm really happy and proud of my work. Huh? Look at this. Wow. Okay, so let's gonna unplug this. Okay, we don't need this for now. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna figure out a way now. What I'm gonna do first, the liquid or seal this? Probably I'll go for the liquid first. Although I think I might need a longer hose, because if I do that to go here, once again the same principle, when I split this, I want to have a room, I want to have enough hose to pull these away, and at the moment this hose is just too short. Well, it might be enough actually. Might be enough. Yeah, it might be enough. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I went shopping again today because I needed a few more bits. I will take you through roughly, I'm not going to go to the pennies, but I'll take you through roughly the cost of this project, so you can judge for yourself if I would be better off just go and buy a proper thing or whatever. Anyway, so I think what I'm going to do first is prepare the tank, as I was explaining to you, using this bit, and I think I know how I'm going to do it. So the amount of liquid I'm going to need for this is going to be, you know, whenever I use it, it's just going to be pour a little bit, use it a few. I'm not going to need a lot, so obviously I don't need a tank like this, not even close. So what I'm going to do is the following. This is one of the caps from and what I'm going to, this is a really tight fit in there, look. If I press it, if I force it a little bit, it gets completely tight. I need to press a little bit more. It's pretty much airtight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole right in the middle, get the filter from the inside, that will come obviously on the outside like that, and then the hose will just go from this side, and I will glue the hose, and I'll put a little bit of sealant on this side as well. And then I got a new hose, by the way. I got a longer hose. And then when this goes in there, you're gonna have the hose coming out somehow like this. I'm gonna fill all this. I'm gonna fill all this with glue, melted glue, yeah. So these will make it completely tight. Will not allow it to, with the pressure, to come out, nothing like that. And I'm gonna do that today to leave it to dry. And then obviously all I'm gonna need is, when I need to use it, just put a little bit of liquid in here. So this would be in there like that. Just put a little bit of liquid, use it. When I finish, I take these off. I'm gonna put an union. Well, I got some, hang on. I'm gonna use, no, there is. So I bought this. This kind of accessories, joints, whatever you want to call it, these unions, and I'm gonna use one right after here. I'm gonna use one, so whenever I finish, I can take these off, unplug it, pour whatever is left, take it out, give it a wash if I have to, and then put it back on. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do next, before I move to the next step. So this part is done. This is what I was talking about. And all I'm going to do now is put a little bit, so the silicone or the sealant I'm using is this one. No publicity, just the one I use is that black sort of silicone used on for gaskets and stuff like that. All I'm going to do now is put a thin layer all the way around here. Then right at the top I'm going to put super glue, and then I'm just gonna slide and press it down, and then fill these at the back with melted glue, as I said earlier, and leave it to cool down until, well, I'm working tomorrow, but leave it to cool down for the next few days. So this is done. When I was pouring the plastic, the glue, I've just realized there was no point to fill it right till the top. It would be a waste. So I put about, I don't know, 15 millimeters, more or less, and I've cut, if I find it, oh there is, and the actually pump itself, so which was this, that used to be the thing that we used to pull up and down to obviously pump the air. I've cut it here, and we have our handle and a cover for the thingy. So when this is all in there, obviously this is going to be at the top of the thing. We have our handle for our smoke tester. Then we just turn, put the liquid, job done. This cover obviously doesn't seal, but it doesn't matter, it's just an handle. So this is going to stay here until tomorrow. Well, until whenever I finish my days, my nights. And for the seal in between the tanks, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll have to try. So this is what I've done. Okay, so what I've done is I've put I've tried to put a uniform layer of that black silicone on both sides, so hopefully they will work as a sort of like as a rubber seal, and hopefully when they go together they will give away enough to completely seal. And yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to try to figure out some sort of rubber thing to put here, try to seal this. But yeah, that's at the moment is the only thing I have really. I didn't find anything else to do this. To do this, I don't know if it's gonna work really, guys. But well, we'll have to wait and see. To close this together as well, I got hold of these latches. Okay, I don't know how good they're gonna come out on camera. So they go like this. Then as you pull them, they pull this thing in here. So hopefully they will go somewhere like this. And I bought 4 of them. I'm gonna try, rather than use only 2, I'm going to probably use 4, like that, and then like that maybe. We'll see as we go. But yeah, it's pretty much is looking good. If this seals, that's all I need. The only thing left is going to be then the little latch, and then just try it. Then just try it. Put some pressure on the system and see if it holds pressure. As I said already, if it holds about 1 bar, I'm happy with that. Even less than that, I'm happy with that. I'm confident he's gonna do it. So that's it. We're gonna leave this here drying and see you in a couple days. And a couple days later, here we are. So progress. Yes. Did the gasket work? Nope. It didn't really seal. I put my weight, so I put this on the floor like this, and I put my weight on it, and it wouldn't seal. So what I've done to reduce the amount of silicone, I removed one of the sides, and that's all I did, guys. I removed one of the sides, so that sealant is only on one of the halves. I can't remember, I think it's on the top one. Then we put the latch, the little latch, as you can see. They have a little wire here that holds the latch in place, otherwise it will open. And old-fashioned tape. don't take me wrong, this does not hold a bar of pressure. It does hold on everything else, but it leaks here somewhere. It starts to leak on this middle here. But before it starts, it holds about 0.5 according to my compressor, which it does have a regulator. I think I mentioned that already. Until about 0.5, give or take, it holds the pressure. Anything above that, it starts to leak. I don't know how bad it leaks yet because I haven't tried it, but we're gonna do it next. And yeah, I think the only thing I might gonna try to seal a little bit better is actually this. I've only put 2 latches. I might gonna put another 2 to hold it a little bit better, so I'll put 4 in total. For now I'm only left with 2, so I don't know. I think we're gonna test it and see how it works. I don't know really if I will need much more than 0.5 bars of pressure to detect a leak. Maybe if there is a leak that only reveals itself in the pressure. I don't know. For now, I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it like this. And if it ever comes that one day I'm trying to use it and I see that this is actually an issue, then I will have to tackle this and get it repaired. But for now, I'm quite happy with it, and I'm not going to do anything else to it other than try it. So we're going to plug it in. By the way, we have juice just got today through the mail, so we're going to put a little bit of liquid fluid in here, plug it in, and we're going to try it. I want to see some smoke. Okay, and this bit we're going to do it like no stop. So we're going to put a little bit of liquid. It's going to open this. I don't know how much I need, but I don't think we need a lot, so I'm just going to pour a little bit. Actually, I'm going to take some with this syringe, so we'll control it a little bit better, so I don't need to use too much. I'm sure this should be enough. Surely is enough. Let's get rid of this mess at the end. Right, let's kind of plug it in. So, gonna need this extension lead. I might could have prepared things before, but okay, let's go then. Remote. Oops. The hose where the smoke is going to come out, so it goes right here at the bottom. This is the original pipe. Now we're gonna get the compressor a little bit more here. It's gonna so the air is off at the moment. Then I will open the air on the regulator, plug this in, and the power cord, oops, and the power cord the compressor is a little bit too far, but and let's kind of plug it in. So you should be warming up now. We're just gonna wait for the light to come on, and then I will open the air and we'll start. Obviously, if I open the air now, Have you seen this dust? This is just, I don't know if you can see it. So we're just dust inside this pipe, this hose, hasn't been used for years. But if I open, obviously I'll have hair coming out through. I don't know if you can hear it. Close it for now. It should come on very shortly. I think I have this plugged in right. I think I do. Because what happens sometimes is I get leads, but I think this was the lead I was using last time. Because I think sometimes I get leads where I take the fuse out and then I don't replace them. And all we're going to do today is try it. Come on, come on. So we have light on, can you see it? Now, because there's no hair going through, if I press it, I hope you can hear it. So I can hear the pump going, pulling the liquid and all that, but obviously there is no smoke. So at the moment, hopefully, there is smoke inside the tank. So when I open the air, the compressor is going to go off, so it's going to be a little bit loudy, but hopefully you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to go really just a little bit off here. Look at this. Oh yeah. Can you see this? Oh, look at this. Can you see that? Of course you can. So, and the beauty of this now is I stop. If I don't press anymore, obviously the smoke will extinguish because the air is just going to push all the smoke out and we stop having smoke. As you can see, the smoke is nearly stopping. But if I press again, look at that. Woohoo! So we have at the moment, the compressor is on about just below 2.5. Oops. We have a little bit of smoke coming out here. Yeah, we have a little bit of smoke coming out here on the tank. So we have a small leak. Let me make more smoke. Oops. There it comes. So we have a little bit of leak here. I don't know if you can see it. So the tape is kind of let smoke coming out through here, a little bit through there, around here. Yeah, the tape is allowing smoke. Oops. So the tape is allowing some smoke coming out through here, but to be fair with you, I don't think that will bother me. I can have this to a distance from the car. It doesn't really, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I think this is going to work just fine. So if I put a little bit more pressure, so we have much more pressure now. Yeah, 0.5 now of a bar. So if I close this, I can hear it. I can hear the hair come out, and is mainly on the tape. It's gonna make more smoke. Right, if I press a couple times, look how much smoke we have. Good, I have the door open. It's gonna close the air. Whew. I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna use all this liquid, and I want to see how the tank is inside. I want to see if there's any damage, if there's any residues inside that will accumulate. Probably it will. I want to see how bad it is. If it's not that bad, I think what am I going to do is I will actually seal this with actually Black Tiger sealant, with that sealant. I will seal this, and whatever I need to get into it to maintenance, I will just open it, I will cut, and then I'll just seal it again. That's actually another good idea. I just open it again after all the tests we did, and I just want you to see that it's absolutely clean. There is nothing inside. It's absolutely clean. There is a little bit of like what looks to me residues of liquid here, but I don't even know if it's residues of liquid or if it's actually condensation. But other than that, it's absolutely cleaned. So I think I'm gonna actually seal the unit, get this black sealant again, close it and leave it, and then if I have a problem I will open it, or just open it after a few uses, just to have a look. But I don't use it that often anyway, so I survived with that one until now. But guys, I'm really happy with this project. I'm really happy with the amount of smoke we have coming out through the hose and through the tape. But seriously, it works brilliantly, as you have seen, and I'm really happy with the result. We used about 10 milliliters of liquid. We still have most of it here. We still have so much. Half of it is still in there. So that's it. Let's gonna wrap this up, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, just one thing before I go forward. I'm not gonna obviously test it now, but what we'll do is the next time I use this to actually diagnose a vacuum or a boost leak, what we'll do is I will make sure somehow I will highlight on the video that we're going to be using this machine, whether it's on the thumbnail that I will show it, or on the title, or on the description below. I will make sure you guys are going to be aware that on that video we're going to be using this, so you can see it actually in action. But judging by you have seen, there's no reason why it's not gonna work. A very quick thing as well. the price. Cost of this, the smoke machine cost me £19.99. I went to B&Q twice. To be fair with you, I still have a lot of things because I bought stuff for other things. I still have like bags of bolts, screws and stuff. I still have a lot of things that I haven't used. But I've spent probably, I would say, for the stuff I've used, the 2 clips, the 2 latches, all the bolts and stuff, I have here about £8 maybe, £10, let's say £10. So £20, £10, that makes £30. And obviously we have the drum. I had to pay for this drum in the past, but that was a free. So really, theoretically, this tool cost me £30. That's it. £30. And as you can see, one last thing as well, so we don't forget, because I've showed you. Ta-da! Now for real, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's something here that you can use it, take as a project. You can take this as a project using the smoke tester by using a different container maybe. So yeah, any questions, any comments, you know the score, put them below. And like always, thank you for watching.